Number 20. My Wife Is A Gangster, 2001. This is a great freaking awesome movie, man. I really like this movie. First of all, the concept. I mean, look at the freaking title. My Wife Is A Gangster. How badass is that, man? How would you feel if your wife was a gangster? That's pretty hot. That's pretty sexy. But yeah, I mean, it stars this beautiful young woman from Korea. I'm forgetting her name. I'm sorry about that, but she's basically the leader of like this gang, kind of this gang outfit, this criminal outfit, and yeah, because she's a single woman. I think the main the dilemma was that she needed a child, she needed a son or something, and she needed a husband. So she goes off to find a husband, and so you know she has to find a mate, and she has to get married in order to kind of have that stabilized kind of base, that foundation of having a nuclear kind of family in order to basically essentially benefit the gang, fortify her gang, and make her gang even stronger in order to bring in male figures in her gang, you know, male kind of male figures, you know. And I think the movie is just great. There's good humor in this movie, great comedy. There's a lot of great action scenes in this movie. There's a great it's got a great storyline. That's the thing. That's the thing with Korean movies in this decade. They really have amazing plot lines. That's why a lot of them are getting stolen, you know, ripped off by Hollywood, because they have so much great original ideas. You know, My Wife Is a Gangster is a phenomenal example of that. So go check out this film. I mean, it's a great freaking movie. Rumor has it that maybe even they might even make a fucking remake of this. You know, another garbage Hollywood remake with Queen Latifah. But I mean, who the fuck's gonna watch that garbage? Anyway, if you enjoy this movie, I also want to suggest the sequel, My Wife Is a Gangster 2 from 2003. I don't think it was as great as the original one, but it's still worthwhile, and it's still a good movie. Number 19. Frailty from 2001. And this one stars Bill Paxton and Matthew McConaughey. And basically the storyline is about these two young boys and their father. Their mother is not around anymore. But the father, he kind of ends up having these strange visions, these so-called, these biblical visions of biblical proportions, and apparently, supposedly, he ends up having the ability to talk to God, to speak with God. And I know that sounds kind of bizarre, you know. And then I don't want to give too much away, but he does a lot of horrible things in the movie. The father ends up committing a lot of horrible deeds and atrocities in the film, you know, and I mean, these two young boys are just shocked, man. Well, one of the boys is like, oh my God, I can't believe that my father's doing this, and what he's doing is wrong. And so he's faced with this dilemma, and so there's always this constant conflict between him and his father. And his brother, the other boy, is kind of more, he's more like in agreement with his father, you know. So one of the boys in his father's side, and the other boy is kind of disagreeing with his father, and the sins and the horrible things that he's committing, these criminal acts, you know, because supposedly, God told him to do it. You know, God told him to do all these horrible things, essentially. So it's a dilemma, and there's a lot of secrets hidden amongst in this movie. You really got to pay attention. It's a great storyline, great thriller, kind of a crime, kind of suspense kind of movie, and you know, kind of a dramatic kind of movie as well. So it's definitely worthwhile. Go check it out, man. Bill Paxton is the freaking man. One of the more underrated actors of our generation, and I mean, go check it out, man. Frailty from 2001. And if you like this movie, if you enjoy this movie, I also want to suggest Watchmen from 2009. And if you've seen Watchmen, and if you've seen Frailty, you'll understand why these two movies have something in common. Well, moving on. Number 18. Finding Nemo from 2000. 2003. Oh, what a great classic Disney film. I like this movie, man. This movie has a lot of charm. It's got a lot of heart. It's got a lot of adventure in this movie. I mean, it's one of the better adventure films, definitely. You know, the storyline is basically about this young fish, and his name is Nemo, and he kind of ends up getting, he ends up getting lost, man. He ends up getting lost. And so his father ends up looking for him in this vast ocean, and he's looking for him, and he's traveling, and he's trekking, and he's meeting all kinds of different sea animals and creatures. And so he's on his quest to find his young son. I think this movie is a great animated film, first of all, and definitely one of the better family movies. I like the adventure aspect of this film. I like the humor. Ellen DeGeneres is in this movie, and she does a great job. She portrays a fish that doesn't have a great memory. She's always forgetting things. I mean, this movie is a great family movie. I mean, you gotta watch this because it's got a great storyline. It's CGI. The whole thing is animated, and you know, I mean, this is the kind of stuff that you can expect from the best of what Disney has to offer. A great, a genuinely heart-filled movie. So props to Disney for doing this, man. I mean, Finding Nemo, off the chain, great family film. Number 17, Zoolander from 2001. And this one stars Ben Stiller. It's a comedy about, basically, it's almost like this parody, you know, this freaking, they're making fun of the whole modeling business and the modeling spiel. And Ben Stiller, he portrays a model, kind of this less than stellar kind of brains. You know, he's not the most intelligent person in the planet, and he tries to make up for it with his model quality good looks. You know, and it's just a really genuinely funny movie. I love this fucking movie, man. It's hilarious. It's fresh. You know, and Owen Wilson does a great job being a supporting role in this. Oh, he plays Hanson. You know, Hanson, he's so hot right now. And he kind of plays like the counterpart to Ben Stiller's character, Zoolander. And I mean, it's just a great fun movie, man. It's just, yeah, you want to be entertained by a great movie like this. Man, go ahead and watch Zoolander. I mean, this is the kind of movie I could watch over and over again. Some of the jokes are just like funny, stupid, you know, really dumb, kind of funny dialogue in here. You know, it's got a great cast. It's even got David Duchovny, man. I haven't seen David Duchovny since the freaking X-Files when I watched this film. And it's a great comedy, man. I mean, man, Zoolander is like, man, it's a great classic film, dudes. Go watch it, Zoolander. Let's make fun of some models, man. Those overly skinny, friggin', you know, stuck-up assholes who only care about their looks. You know, those damn models, they get too much, their lifestyles are all, you know, glamour and all that. Well, screw them. This movie is the shiznit. And if you enjoy this film, I also want to suggest that you might want to try Miss Congeniality from 2001, another comedy film with Sandra Bullock starring as a cop, an undercover cop posing as a beauty pageant contestant. Yes, in a beauty pageant contestant. Alright, number 16.